So I've just dropped the video talking about, or kind of doing a bit of a recap, should I say, with the craziness that this game is going to be having in terms of starting from, I guess, was it Thursday, Friday, reset, whenever it is, depending on what server that you play on. But we are here to talk specifically about Nell, because, I mean, for the most part, before, obviously, news dropped, I've seen a few people kind of keen on skipping her and whatnot. Turns out she is probably one of the most key important characters for us right now in terms of really pushing our best DPS characters in the game. That is right. Don't get me wrong, as in, you know, he's doing this thing. However, there's a strategy on hand that we are trying to cater to, and she caters to it to an absolute T. Hence why she's a very important character. Not only that, not only does she affect the current game with where it's at, but technically speaking, obviously we've seen Grimjow's kit and we know that there's somewhat form of abnormal play being done there. Whether they commit to that or not, it also validates future characters on how important this Nell is in terms of, you know, making that perfect team. So not only is it affecting the current DPS kings, should we say, but it also affects the future DPS demons, as you could say. So yeah, is Nell an easy skippable character? With the key information that we have so far, that being little, we're still waiting on the full kit and all that good stuff. I think it's fair to say that this isn't a skippable character. I genuinely feel like this is a must. If you really want to cater to and have your complete perfect squad in support of Gin or Kenpachi, whoever you're using, because of course there are some people who are catering more to Gin, there are some people catering more to Kenpachi, right, depending on what DPS you kind of went all out for. But regardless, yeah, Nell is going to be the battlefield user for them specifically, for the abnormal damage specifically. So let's get down to see on what we've got so far, on what is actually making this Nell a bit of a must summon in terms of with the little information that we have. So yeah, let's dive on in. So firstly, when it comes to Nell's stamp set that she will be receiving, right, when she releases that stamp set, to be fair, I should also mention we are good. I mean, if you guys have been farming it out, we are good. I mean, we've got how many here? Yeah, we're chilling, boys. We're chilling. We don't have to waste our stamina, right? We've got, well, I mean, depends on what you choose to go for. Wait, how much? I get 18, and then if I do 50% off, 36 pieces. God damn. Alright, it's a decent amount. It's a decent amount. Anyway, so when it comes to Nell's stamp set, this is what it's doing. So with the initial 2-piece, it gives a 40% crit damage increase. Okay, tells me Nell's going to be doing some damage. We'll take that. And then the 3rd piece, after each ultimate is released, it increases the thrust damage by 15% for 20 seconds. So we know that obviously as she is a thrust element character, she will be catering to the thrust element that little bit more, but she is a universal abnormal battlefield skill character. Alright. So yeah, with the 50% for 20 seconds, on top of that, after each battlefield skill is released, all characters of normal damage gets an increase of 40% for 30 seconds. Unfortunately, it is not stackable, otherwise this would have been crazy, because we know that Nell has, I think, what was it, 4 battlefield skills? So if it was stackable, hey, 160 coming our way, or no, it would have been, well, no, 160, 120, I mean, that would have been pretty crazy, of course, but regardless, 40% for 30 seconds, that's still a hefty amount. So, yes, if you are really keen on your Kenpachi or your Gins, because of course, both of them are right now the top dogs that are basically running this game, you're gonna need Nell. Not only that, I should also mention that when it comes to Nell's battlefield skill, she increases team element mastery. So that is a W straight off the bat. So that is one of the big reasons why you want to cater to Nell more than ever in terms of what she'll be capable of. So yeah, it was pretty interesting at first, because of course when we initially saw that she was thrust, it kind of threw a lot of people off, because Tosen is still a valid battlefield skilled user, hence why it was I think that was one of the key reasons why people were considering skipping, which again, I really can't blame you at that given moment when we didn't have any info on her. But knowing what she's really capable of, and to the extent to how she can furthermore elevate that abnormal play, it's something that we just can't skip on. Especially with it not only just affecting, as I've mentioned before, Gin with his impaling, of course, alongside with Kenny. What does I forgot what Kenny's wait, what is Kenpachi's God damn it, Kenny, what is your thing, bro? I forgot what his abnormal play is. Oh, Cleft. There we go. Is it Cleft? Yeah, I think it's Cleft. Is it Cleft? Yes. Okay, yeah, we'll go with that. Or was it Frenzy? No, it's Cleft. So, obviously, they've got their key abnormal play going on, and obviously, Nell will furthermore support that. Gin will get the upper hand. So, I think it's fair to say that, in my personal opinion, Gin will take the #1 spot because of how furthermore Nell can push his abnormal play, in my personal opinion. That's hey, I'm just going off from what we've experienced before. So we're just gonna kind of run with that. But again, as I've mentioned, Grimmjow, we can't forget about him. I think his kit is in here. Let me try and track it down. So yeah, with Grimmjow, he does have, I think it's Tear. Yeah, so Tears is going to be his abnormal play on what he'll be applying. Again, we don't know for sure on what's going on, because of course he did get denied by Shueisha, so not sure if this is something that they're gonna, I mean, I assume this is something they're gonna commit to, especially how Nell's come about, right? I feel like this is gonna be a little bit of a continuation. So I'm still suspecting Grimmjow to have some form of abnormal play, whether it's gonna be to what we see right here, or it's gonna be switched up in some way or form. This also kind of puts me at ease, because again, I was very questioning his abnormal play when I initially looked at his kit, and like, why? Now it makes sense on how much, well, how much more potential this could get. Really pretty crazy. Plus Strike is kind of, yeah, Strike ain't it. Strike is begging to stay afloat, and it's struggling. So yeah, there's that. So yeah, overall Nell is, I would say, not a skippable character, purely because of she's definitely going to be an overall character. It's basically on the level of Aizen, but she's catering to that abnormal play. Just kind of be wary of that. Aizen will still have his slot. It's just with where the game is at right now, and the characters and the strategic play that we're kind of utilizing, Nell is just going to be a much better fit if we want to push that side of our strategic play, of course. Just want to put that out there. So, is Nell a skippable character? Hell no. Hell, I can only imagine how or what her dupes are going to be. I kind of want to see what furthermore universal buff she'll apply for the abnormal side of it, just to kind of push it even more on how much she's going to be a must summon character. But yeah, I think the fact that she, as I've stated, she not only affects the current best characters in the game in terms of damage, but she also affects future characters, aka potentially the next character being Grimmjow. That to me holds so much value. So you are most definitely getting your worth in your pools in terms of going for this now. So wholeheartedly, we don't even have a full kit yet, but just seeing the direction that they're taking her, and that she's going to be universally usable in Slash Strike. I mean, well, there's not really much going on for Spirit for the abnormal play, so Spirit won't need her, but Slash, potentially Strike, we'll say that, but Slash and Thrust, yeah, there you go. She's got that coverage on lockdown, especially with that abnormal play, even going forward. So that's my personal opinion. I feel like regardless, people are just going to be summoning because it's Nell.